In this video, 8 Ducatis on track will be a nightmare, says Joan Mir. Ducati's Paolo Ciabatti picks his favorites for 2022. Vale sets top 10 target for the upcoming Algarve GP. And VR46 Aramco deal progressing but very slow. My name is Sankalp and this is your Racing News Fix. In 2022, there will be a total of 24 bikes on the grid and 8 of them will be Desmos EDGs and none of the old 2019 hardware anymore. At least 5 of them will be the brand new GP22s and the rest will be the final version of this year's GP21. And given what we have seen through this season, the GP21 is a very strong and versatile machine. People with varying riding styles have been able to make it work and it works on almost all the tracks. With the kind of straight line speed advantage the Ducatis have, they are very difficult to get past, especially by the lower horsepower bikes on track like the M1s and the GSX-RRs. The only way to overtake the Ducati for Yamaha and Suzuki riders is to make the move in the corner and try to create a gap in the twisty sections before hitting the straight and pray that the Ducati rocket doesn't zoom past by the end of the straight. The problem becomes 10 times more complicated if the Yamaha or Suzuki riders qualify lower on the grid. And we have seen enough fireworks between Joan Mir and Jack Miller alone this season highlighting this issue. And if Joan Mir gets frustrated enough to jam his bike down the inside when there is no room and cause crashes like he did with Petrucci with 6 Ducatis on track, imagine what would happen next year when there'll be 8 of them. It'll be a nightmare, and that's exactly what Joan Mir said. The nature of the GSX-RR is such that it will always be a well-rounded package, but that also means that it will have a horsepower deficit to the likes of Ducatis and KTMs. Joan Mir said, "Overall, we can't ask Suzuki to make big changes because our base is good. With the chassis, Suzuki needs to improve in various areas. The trim connector device needs to be improved and we need to do something about the engine. It would certainly help us. We have new pairing and we have improved the braking, which is positive for my riding style." Further speaking about their issues with Ducati in particular, Mir continued, "This year we had a hard time keeping up with the Ducati. They improved a lot. It's frustrating as a rider. I waste a lot of time in overtaking them in the corners. In the straight line, it's a nightmare. It is a challenge to compete with these bikes because it's already difficult to overtake a bike that has the same performance, and these Ducatis are more than one step ahead. Next year there will be more, and it will be a nightmare if we qualify behind." The 2021 Rider Championship is already wrapped up, and although Ducati are still playing for the teams and constructor titles, their sporting director Paolo Ciabatti is already looking at the 2022 Rider title contenders. Speaking about the Desmos EDG allocation next year, Paolo said, "The 5 Ducati Desmos EDG GP22s go to Bagnaia and Miller, to the Pramac riders Zarco and Martin, and to Luca Marini at the VR46 Ducati team. His teammate Marco Bezzecchi and both the Gresini riders Bastianini and Di Giannantonio will have the GP21 machines." Further speaking about the 2022 title contender, Paolo continued, "Every year brings new surprises. Maybe Marquez will finally solve his shoulder problems. He is always strong, but maybe he will come even stronger. Fabio has really shown amazing consistency this year, so he will be there to defend his title. But we also have different riders at Ducati who can set themselves the goal of winning the World Championship next season. The names of these riders are obvious: Bagnaia, Miller, Zarco and Martin. Bastianini will achieve further podium finishes after moving to the new Gresini Ducati team." After a solid top 10 result at his last home race, Valentino Rossi is fairly optimistic about his chances as MotoGP arrives in Portimao for the second time this season. Speaking about Portimao, Vale said, "Portimao is a difficult track which has some very special characteristics which other circuits don't. The first race this year was not too bad for us. I was able to follow my path to be in the top 10. Unfortunately, I fell, setting the expectations for the Algarve GP," Vale said. "The goal this weekend is to try to have a good race and move forwards. I had a good feeling in the first GP, especially on Sunday, so I hope I can be competitive and repeat a great result like Misano." And since the initial announcement in April this year, there has not been any official update on the deal between Team VR46 and Aramco. Later in June, Aramco denied any such involvement. Since then, there has been nothing but speculations and rumors about Team VR46 potentially losing their primary sponsor, and the same is also being cited as the reason for not announcing the promotion of Marco Bezzecchi to the Premier Class. In independent team principal's press conference at Misano, VR46 team boss Pablo Nieto was asked about the ongoings of the said deal. Nieto said, "As you know, we made this agreement with Aramco in the past. Things are going very slow, but we are on the way, and this is the most important thing. We have to continue working, and at the moment what I can tell you is that we are working on that. There are some delays that we have, but we are on the way and we are still working." Further not answering but actually answering the question regarding rider lineup, Nieto continued, We are excited because in the end we are coming with our own team completely from zero. We started a really nice project. As everyone knows, we already know the riders, but this weekend is an important weekend for us, for the family, because it's Valentino's weekend. But everybody knows about the riders that are going to be in MotoGP and Moto2. If you made it till here, let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up. To stay up to date on all things MotoGP, hit the subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell. Here are 2 more videos which you might enjoy. My name is Sankalp and I'll be back with another video very soon.